Hey guys, it's me, Justin Falcon. This is actually meant as a video response to one of Shane Dawson's videos. Uh, he made a video that really hit home to me because it it in a way it kind of meant it actually meant a lot to me. So not in a way, but it really did mean something to me. Um, I'm really sorry about what happened to Paris Jackson. I did hear about that, and I was quite disturbed by that as well. Um, and I know what that to be perfectly honest, I know what that's like. Um, a lot of you may not know this, but I had a pretty rough time growing up. I was raised by a single mother who had no job. She survived off welfare and food stamps, and that was about it. We lived in an apartment. I lived in apartments for most of my life. She did have jobs on and off, but those didn't last long. Um, but when I turned 10, I was put into foster care because my mother was obviously seen as an unfit mother. Then when I was 12, oh well, no, I'm skipping ahead a bit. When I was 11, I was put into I was on a lot of medications, and it's this is kind of a story for another time. But I was on a lot of medications, and I needed to get off of them, so they put me in a rehabilitation center, and it was a weird thing. But I was, while I was there, I might have been it might have been withdrawals. I don't know what it was, but I started having suicidal thoughts. I thought that I was not needed in this world. I didn't think that anybody needed me. I didn't think that anybody would miss me. So I started to seriously think about um, suicide. And this went on for about 13 months, all the way up until went back to to the people who I had originally been put into care with. Um, I I was put on watch there until the whole thing blew over, and then after the winter after I turned 12, my mother died, and those thoughts came back again. For a shorter time, it was probably for about 2 or 3 weeks, but that was when they completely, well, not completely, but went away for quite a while. Um, my the day of the funeral, I was sitting in one of the pews. My father came up to me. He gave me a long talk, but it was the one talk that he gave me that ever really stuck with me. Um, I can't tell you exactly what he said, but I can tell you this that it was it I can tell you that basically what he said was you're no less of a man if you cry. You are you you know we do love you. You have people who care about you. We're here for you. All that, and it really the reason it stuck with me because my father's a very rough man. He's a very rough and tumble kind of guy, and to see him show that kind of emotion for me, it really helped. Yeah, it really helped me. So for a while, those thoughts were basically banished. I never thought of them until the summer I turned 20. or shortly before that. I was on my own. I had someone else to support, my girlfriend, who's now my wife, and I couldn't do it. I couldn't find a job. I couldn't do anything for her. I couldn't. Um, I felt worthless. I felt completely useless to her, and I felt like I couldn't. I felt like I was not needed again, and I was starting to feel like I was going to commit suicide again. And that lasted until probably the fall of 2011. Um, yeah, I think around that time, which is when my wife, um, who didn't know about these thoughts, she doesn't know about any of this, so if she does see this video response, I'll have a lot to explain, but I think it's time I came clean anyways, she, she came out to me and she showed me this show. And before I go any further with this, I should tell you, Shane, I don't know how you feel about bronies, but I am one. So I thought I should tell you that before I go any further. And that's the show. My Little Pony Friendship is Magic is the show that my wife showed me, and it basically saved my life at that point because I was seriously thinking about ending it. And then My Little Pony Friendship is Magic came along, and and all the brony community and everything came along, and it it helped. It really did because it showed me that there are people who are probably worse off than me, and who are just way more happy and way more. They have so much more. They have so much more happiness than I could ever have, and now I have a bit of that happiness because I am part of that community. I do things like I make videos, um, and I do go on the chat sites and stuff. I feel like I am a part of that community, and it helps me a lot. So I will. I'm not saying that, but it wasn't just that. It wasn't just that. It was also realizing it was a good contributing factor, but it was also that it helped me realize that my wife needed me. My wife is the one that needed me. And I wouldn't. So, to be perfectly honest, yes, I do. My Little Pony Friendship is Magic is a big contributing factor to the fact of me no longer being suicidal. But my wife is the big thing. My wife is the big factor there because she is the one thing that keeps me going. She's the one thing. She's the first thing I see in the morning, and the first thing and the last thing that I see at night, and that's the way I want it because I wouldn't know what to do without her. I talk about her a lot in my videos. I talk about her a lot when I'm talking to other people, and that's the reason why. She's my she's my second chance, and I wouldn't. I'm not giving that up for anything. So thanks for listening, Shane. If you did listen to this, thank you. If you didn't, then whatever. I mean, but I'm hoping that you did, and I'm hoping that you realize that there are people out there that um there this I was a suicidal teen, and I was able to get out of it because of the same thing that you said, that realizing that there was at least one person out there who really did need me. And I'm hoping that that your video makes a big impact on other people's lives. So anyways, I'm gonna end this, but thanks guys, thanks Sean, and I will see you guys later. Peace.